So, you've spent years, maybe decades, building a successful janitorial business right here in California. And now you're probably starting to think, what's next? Retirement, right? But cashing out for that well-deserved break, it's not quite as simple as just hanging a for sale sign. Today, we're going to walk through the owner's roadmap to a successful sale, focusing specifically on the unique challenges and opportunities in the California market. I mean, you've put in the years of hard work, managing crews, keeping clients happy, all of it. Now, it's finally time to think about your next chapter. So, this is all about helping you make that switch from running a business day in and day out to actually enjoying the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Okay, let's get right into it. Selling a business anywhere is complex, for sure. But here in California, well, our unique legal landscape adds a whole other layer of hurdles. See, it's not just about finding a buyer. It's about navigating this maze of regulations that can easily derail a sale and put your entire nest egg at risk if you're not careful.
Right, so what is it about the Golden State that makes it so tricky? Let's dive into what we're calling the California Selling Challenge. Understanding these hurdles right from the get-go is absolutely the first step to clearing them.
And look, these aren't just random bullet points. They are all totally connected. Take California's strict labor laws, for instance, like the infamous AB5 rule. If you've been using independent contractors, that could suddenly become a massive liability. And trust me, a smart buyer is going to dig into your compliance records, and any little question mark can either slash your price or just kill the deal completely.
And that right there is exactly why getting prepared is so important. As business broker Andrew Rogerson puts it, the idea isn't to get scared by these rules, but to prepare for them. A smart, strategic approach is your best defense against some really expensive mistakes.
Okay, so we know the challenges. That's step one. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical work of getting your business ready for a sale. This is the stuff you need to be doing long before a buyer even knows your business is on the market.
Think of these 5 steps as your pre-sale boot camp. This is all about getting your house in order, right? From cleaning up your financial books to making sure your team can run the show without you, every single step is designed to make your business look as attractive and as valuable as possible.
Honestly, it's the perfect way to think about it. You wouldn't try to sell a house with a leaky faucet and junk all over the place, would you? The same thing goes for your business. What a buyer really wants is a turnkey operation, something they can walk into and run smoothly from day one. That's what gets you the best price.
All right. This is where the rubber meets the road, getting your paperwork absolutely pristine. This checklist, it's the bare minimum a serious buyer is going to ask for when they start their due diligence. Having 3 years of clean tax returns and P&L statements ready to go, that kind of thing builds instant trust. It proves your asking price isn't just a number you pulled out of thin air.
Listen up, because this is the #1 deal killer, hands down. If your business crumbles the second you walk out the door, if all the client relationships and how things get done are just stuck inside your head, then what are you really selling? You're not selling a business, you're selling someone a new, really demanding job. Buyers want an asset, not to become you.
Okay, let's circle back to those California-specific headaches. This isn't just friendly advice. These are non-negotiable legal requirements. Things like being registered with the Labor Commissioner's office or proving your worker classifications are legit under AB5. They aren't optional. And make no mistake about it, the buyer's lawyers, they will go through this list with a fine-tooth comb, guaranteed.
All right, so your business is prepped, it's compliant, it's looking good. Now for the million-dollar question. Literally, what's this thing actually worth? Let's talk valuation.
So these are the 3 main ways a business like yours gets valued. A buyer will basically take one of your key financial numbers and multiply it by a number in these ranges. Now, while all 3 might get looked at, for most Main Street janitorial businesses, the whole conversation is going to revolve around SDE, or Seller's Discretionary Earnings.
So what in the world is SDE? The easiest way to think about it is this. It's the true total cash flow the business generates for one owner. You start with the net profit, but then you add back things like your salary, maybe a company car, and any one-time expenses that a new owner won't have. It gives them the clearest picture of what they can actually expect to take home.
And boom, we've come full circle. This piece of advice from Andrew Rogerson just ties it all together perfectly. Those neat and tidy financial records we talked about, this is why they're so important. They are the proof, the evidence you need to back up that SDE number and show a buyer why your business is worth every penny you're asking.
So you've prepped the business, you've got a solid price in mind, now it's time to actually go to market. But where do you actually find that perfect person or company to take over what you've built? So you've basically got two choices here. Go it alone or bring in a pro. And this chart lays out the trade-offs pretty clearly. Yeah, doing it yourself saves you the commission fee, but look at the risks you're taking on, especially with confidentiality and trying to navigate all those California legal pitfalls. A broker's whole job is to manage this process, which lets you keep running your business and keeping it profitable while they find the buyer.
Now, this is super important. You gotta have realistic expectations here. Selling a business, it's a marathon, not a sprint. The experts say a typical sale takes somewhere around 8 to 10 months from the day you list it to the day you close, so patience is definitely key.
Okay, so you found your buyer, you've agreed on a price, you're in the home stretch. But, and this is a big but, these final stages, negotiation, due diligence, and closing, this is where deals can get really tricky and sometimes even fall apart.
The final contract is going to be loaded with legal jargon like this, and you absolutely have to understand it. For example, an escrow holdback? That just means you're not getting all your money on closing day. Some of it is held back just in case issues pop up later. And an earnout? It might sound great, but it means some of your payment depends on how the business does after you're gone.
And yep, you guessed it, there is one last California-specific checklist to get through. Before a sale can officially close, you need a green light from all these state and local agencies. Any little thing that's not paid up with these departments, it will stop the whole deal in its tracks. So you've got to make sure all your accounts are settled.
All right, let's boil this all down. What's the secret sauce here? The roadmap to a successful sale really comes down to these 4 things. 1. Get organized first. Your clean records are your best friend. 2. Know California's rules inside and out. Compliance is not optional. 3. Build a business that can run without you. And 4. Don't be afraid to ask for help. A good broker can be your guide through this whole complex process.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last question to think about. Be honest with yourself. If a potential buyer walked through your doors tomorrow with their accountants and their lawyers, what would they really see? What you really see, will tell you exactly where to start on your own roadmap to retirement.